This is Sneaker Gears. My name is Levi, and today we are finishing up a review on the LeBron 19. I have been testing these against the 18 low, the Soldier 14. This is part 4. Hopefully you guys have been watching. I've also been wearing these along with the LeBron 10, LeBron 16, the LeBron 13 Elite. And then finally today I'm finishing up, I'm actually pairing up with the LeBron 17 just to be as thorough as possible. Guys, we're heading to the gym. We're gonna put a few hours in on court with these and finally get this review done. I will see you guys in the studio soon.
And this is what you guys came for. LeBron 19, reviewed by a guy who weighs over 200 pounds than any other YouTuber. If you fast forward to this point, we will jump right in. This is a beast of a shoe in every which way. This has one of the widest platforms I have ever played on, but let's get into fit. All right, first off, this shoe runs big. If you do not have a wide foot, I would recommend going down probably a full size. I have a wide foot. I went true to size 12, and I want to give you guys an idea. This is a 13. We're going to line this up here. Hopefully you guys can see it. This 12 is still bigger than this 13. Just to give you guys an idea, it runs big. If you're a wide footer, toe box is gigantic. You're fine. If you have a wide midfoot, which is what I thought I would have an issue with, you guys can take a look here. Hopefully it shows this plastic piece that I thought would be an issue is actually a really soft rubber, similar to what we had on the heel cup on the LeBron 18. So although this does feel like it would be confining in the midfoot, it worked out well. Took a few hours of play, but it wasn't too bad. Now this does use a booty style construction for fitting in, but you can see how wide that is. So even if you have a high instep, I think you're going to be okay as far as getting your foot in here, tying it down. But if you have a girthy foot, if you have a high girth coming down here, this area is actually kind of shallow. So I could see some players just not being able to enjoy this shoe, kind of like we had with the KD 12. So this is a little bit shallow right here. So you guys want to watch that. Everywhere else, this shoe is fantastic. Being able to go with my true size 12, I always love. When a shoe fits you properly, you love it more. And for everyone else, if you're a real 10, you have a narrow foot, you might want to get a 9. 9.5 maybe, but this shoe runs big. Support. You see this beefy heel cup back here. It's hard, it goes all the way up. You sit in the base. You can see this coming all the way up where it really pulls you down. And what I love about this, and very similar to what we had on the LeBron 9, I think Chris at Wear Testers Nightwing showed it. This is where the shoe really is. That low. Let's pull these down. This is really a low top. This is where you're pulled into the shoe. Those are just for the lacing, where it's giving you that kind of proprioceptic feel where it's pulling you down, and it pulls you down in amazingly. You have these side straps that really pull you down into the footbed. You have these massive outriggers. I don't know if you guys can, the shoe is just shaped like going in a triangle, straight down like that. And it has a giant, wide, flat base. This might be, I think it is. This is in my top 5 most supportive shoes of all time. And I don't know if it's because LeBron was dealing with a lot of injuries, but this reminds me of a lot of what they did, like with the D-Rose 5, when D-Rose was coming back from his ACL. This is something that they overly built to make sure he felt confident going back in the court. So with whatever LeBron injuries that he had, from the 18th to the 19th is a drastic jump up in support. And all of that comes with a negative. This shoe is heavy. I'm feeling it here, just holding it. This is a heavy shoe, but I've worn this for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours of play. And every time I'm taking it off from 3-2 to 1, I still felt like Oh, get these off my feet. They are heavy. And actually, after my first few weeks of play, I started bringing other pairs with me that weren't so heavy. And funny enough, every other pair is lighter. It doesn't matter. If you start with this shoe, you can put another shoe on, it's going to be lighter. It's like wearing ankle weights and taking them off. You're going to feel quicker, you're going to feel faster. So I did like that aspect, but this is a heavy shoe, but you get what you pay for. The upper, and hopefully you guys can see it here, is this kind of 3D mesh printed, super soft. Doesn't take too much break-in, if any, just kind of this rubber parts on the side, but love the fit. Love the support on this, but everything comes with a cost, and that weight was crazy. Then we have the cushion. This beast mode cushion going all the way around, Zoom Max, air in the heel. They're not really they're attached by this little tendril. Hopefully you guys can see that. So the airflow does have kind of a little back and forth, old school Reebok DMX style, but it has a little bit more flex than what we had on the LeBron 10. Let's see if I can flex this. It always surprised me. I can never flex the shoe. Doesn't matter how strong, you really got to put some force, man. But this is the origin. I feel like LeBron told Nike, hey, remember my 10s? Make me something better. Give me the next generation. This is the evolution from the 10s, where the 10s had a lot of support, a lot of cushion, just a beefy shoe. Man, these are still heavier. And this is a size bigger too. But this is the shoe. I remember the LeBron 15 and 16s, I told people who had the 10s, get those because the cushion is equal. This, you feel that same kind of bounce, but still not as bouncy when you're running. When you're putting that impact on, it really jumps up, kind of like the LeBron 16. The air is this super high PSI. It's not a soft cushion. Like the LeBron 18 lows feel softer than this. The LeBron 18s feel more plush, maybe even not bouncier, but generally bouncier if you're just jogging up the court. You know, you're not sprinting for a fast break. These, you only really feel that bounce when you're pushing the pace. So, and again, it reminded me a little bit of the 17s. The 17s, as I pushed off and really sprinted those, you really activated those 4-foot zoom pods. This, you have cushion everywhere. But again, I'm 245 pounds, so talk about someone who can activate a cushion. I know some of the lighter players, maybe they'll feel it's more or less cushioned. I can't really speak for them. Haven't seen other reviews on it, but this is something where it's definitely absorbing all impact. You're not gonna have any shock in your body, but it's just not nearly as soft and plush as what you may think it is with all this air. It's not as bouncy as you might think. It does a great job. I still enjoyed playing them. You feel quick. I think that's a big difference because it's not so high up in the air like the 18s. It's a balance between the 18s and 18 lows where you still feel pretty decently quick in these, where you can stop, you can play defense, you can do everything in this shoe. Really, the only negative aspect is that weight, and all of that cushion, all that support really takes its toll. Finally, the traction, and I was really happy to see this colorway had a solid traction outsole. I am not a fan of clear outsoles or translucent. This has the nubs, very similar to what we had on the Kobe 10. And this is a traction kind of very similar. I think the traction bites really hard, but it does get dusty, and you can, I don't want to say slip, but if you notice, these are all kind of facing the same direction. It's just a grid. They're not facing this way or that way. They're not giving you an idea where you can push off. So on certain moves, it wasn't as grippy, and I would definitely make sure I have to wipe, but it did bite harder than pretty much the rest of the shoes I had here. It's just something I did have to make sure you wiped on it. I did let 2 other guys play in this shoe because I wanted to know, hey, is it just me or are these heavy? They confirmed it was really heavy. Both of them complained about the traction. So just want to give you guys a heads up as other people use this shoe, depending what court you're on, depending how dusty it is, make sure you wipe it. It can bite hard. I enjoyed the traction on it. If you're not wiping and that dust collects, depending on the move, because it's just this grid and there's no directional there, herringbone kind of goes like this, so you're covered in every direction. This doesn't. So there are certain moves I can see players just feeling less confident in. With how I play, I don't think I felt an issue on this. It felt great pretty much as long as I was LeBron for 2022. Honestly, there's 4 different pairs you can choose from. Technically, you could say 3 because the 18 has now been surpassed by the 19, but they're all really different. So I'm not going to say one is completely better over all of them, but if I had to tell you, hey, get this shoe, and I know nothing about you, what kind of player you are, if you're a guy, if you're a girl, if you're fast, if you're, powerful, if you're whatever style of play you are, I would say the 18 lows are going to be the most universal. Right, these do a great job at almost everything. It's definitely more max cushion, but it's just light enough comparatively where you can still play quick. It's still low enough to the ground. This is something where you have a good amount of support, and it's just overall a really balanced shoe. The 18 low, I think for a lot of people, they're really going to enjoy it. Then we have the budget option in the Soldier 14, and this is one if you can get on sale. If you can get these at a discount for 40 bucks, for 80 bucks, it's a really good shoe. I can't tell you, no, spend double and get this one. Now, if you need more cushion, if you're a bigger player, if you're more powerful, you play in the post, then by all means, get the more cushion. Your body will thank you. But a lot of players, I think, can use this no matter what position you play. And for the price point that you're getting this now, at 140 retail, I would almost say there's other shoes that are going to be better than this, even with something like the Kyrie 8, even looking at a even minimal discount, 10-20% on the 18 low. But if you're able to get these at a good value, this is something, a shoe that a lot of people can enjoy because it just does everything very well without being amazing in any one area. Then we have the stark difference between the 18 and the 19. Now, again, going back to that Soldier, I apologize, guys, as long as it fits you. That goes with all of these. If you can try a shoe on, do it. Hopefully our videos can help you out where if you can't try them on, we're giving you some good guidance. But the 18, if you want the most plus shoe, the softest, it has no peers. Right? It's not great at anything else. If you want to look at something that's light, no. Something with a great traction, no. Something with a lot of support, absolutely not. But the cushion is amazing, and this is something that I almost want to get a second pair just for that, because even if I'm playing hard 3 times a week, I know I can go back to the court another 2-3 times a week in these, and my legs are still going to feel fresh. Now, as far as the 19, this is probably the best one here outside of the weight. It is a heavy shoe. Cushion feels amazing. Even if it's not the softest or bounciest, it absorbs the impact. Your body still feels good. You still feel quick. Support is crazy. Fit is great for, again, wide footers, big men. You're really going to enjoy that. And traction, again, I've had no issues, but I do wipe fairly consistently, so I didn't even think about it as long as you're wiping, and I've played on 6 different kinds of courts. You pay the additional money, but I think Nike did a great job of having their Halo flagship model and giving LeBron, in I don't want to say the twilight of his career because he's still playing amazing, but giving him a shoe that really backs up his playing style and really helps him compete on court. The LeBron 19, it's that shoe. Guys, girls, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you think I missed anything, what you're playing in, what comparisons you want to see. Really appreciate you guys. Please consider, if you're going to buy these, use the links down below. It helps the channel. And share the video with some of your friends. I'll try to break it up into chapters, and let me know what kind of style or content you guys want to see. I'll do my best to help you out. As always, I really appreciate you guys. This is Levi with Sneaker Gears, and I'll come at you later.